guys, Mama Drea here. Welcome for another episode of Baking with Mama Drea. Today I am bringing you another delicious vegan treat. It is a vegan blueberry and lemon cake with a coconut cream topping. Really good. So, what are you gonna need? You are gonna need 2 mixing bowls, one smaller for your liquids and one bigger for your dries, which you mix everything together, and a sifter. You are going to need today some vegetable oil. You will need both lemon juice and lemon zest, 2 tablespoons of each. You need a little bit of salt. You will need your Moscovado brown sugar. Again, this is not your crystallized sugar, it's your light Moscovado sugar. You need your hladká mocha, or your general all-purpose flour. Baking powder. Vanilla extract. Blueberries, of course, you need 150 grams and then another 100 grams put to the side. This will be for the topping. This goes in the cake. You are also going to need some soy milk, room temperature. So make sure this is not from the fridge, but that it's room temperature. A little bit of maple syrup. And lastly, you are going to need coconut cream. Now this one you do want to have had in the fridge, so make sure it is nice and cold when you're getting ready to use it. I believe that is it. So we are gonna start by sifting in our dry ingredients into this bowl. Then we're gonna do our wet ingredients. So we will start with our flour. It is 250 grams of plain flour. Perfect. Next, I'm going to do my baking powder, and it is a full tablespoon of baking powder. Then I'm going to do my salt. It is only half a teaspoon of salt. Now I'm going to mix those together, and then I'm going to mix in my brown sugar. Okay, my dry ingredients are mixed pretty well, so I'm going to put this to the side. And now I am going to mix my wet ingredients. So we are going to combine our milk. It is 220 milliliters of the room temperature soy milk. You can use another plant-based milk, but I find with baking, soy milk tends to be the best over like an almond milk. So 220 milliliters of our soy milk. Perfect. Next we have our 80 milliliters of our vegetable oil. Perfect. We are going to do 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Beautiful. Gonna mix that up now. So now I've got my wet ingredients and I've got my dry ingredients. I'm going to mix them together. Before I do that, I'm gonna clean this up a little bit, so I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, so I've mixed some of my wet. Last thing I'm gonna do before I mix it into the dry is add my 2 tablespoons of my lemon juice and my 2 tablespoons of my lemon zest. And now I'm going to pour this into my dry mixture, and I'm going to use my whisk to whisk it in. Your batter's gonna be about this consistency, pretty thick. Now, I'm going to take the 150 grams of blueberries and I'm going to gently fold them in. Of course, I've washed these so they are clean. For folding, I recommend either you use something like your spatula or some sort of a wooden spoon. And again, to fold, we don't mix. We go under and we fold it in. That's it. My batter is ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour it into my prepared buttered pan. I need to put a little bit of flour on this. We're gonna put this in here. My oven is at 180 degrees Celsius, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop that in once I put the flour on this. See you guys in a minute. All right, we're gonna go ahead and pop this into our oven and we're gonna bake it for 40 to 45 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. While that's baking, we're gonna go ahead and make the coconut maple syrup and blueberry topping for after the cake comes out from being baked. See you guys soon. My cake is baking in the oven for its 40-45 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and make the topping. For the topping, we are going to need 100 grams of blueberries. We are going to need a tablespoon of maple syrup, and we are going to need some of the coconut milk, or coconut cream, I'm sorry, which I've still got in the fridge to keep it nice and cold. I'm gonna jump over to my food processor. I'm gonna give the blueberries a quick whiz in it, a little pulse action. Then I'm gonna add the maple syrup, and then I'm gonna come back over here and whip together with my coconut cream and my blueberry and maple syrup mixture. So see you guys back in a minute with my whizzed up blueberries and maple syrup. I've gone ahead and I've whizzed together my blueberries and my maple syrup. I'm gonna put it to the side, and well, now, I bought a can of coconut cream, and when I opened it, I'm supposed to find some chunks in there. What I didn't find was chunks. So, this may change the consistency a little bit. If you are successful in your coconut cream, that it came straight out of the fridge, and you have your chunks, you're gonna wanna just try to scoop out the chunks and not the liquid into the bowl. If, like me, you just have liquid, well, we're just gonna put half of it in there and see what happens. Not everything can go as planned, guys. So, I'm gonna go ahead and whip this up, and then once I get a little bit thicker, I'm gonna add this blueberry maple syrup combination, and we're gonna go ahead and pour it over the cake when it comes out of the oven. So, okay, I'm starting to thicken up here now. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my blueberry and maple syrup concoction, mix it up a little bit more, and then go ahead and put this in the refrigerator while we wait for our cake to finish baking. Beautiful. So I've got sort of a thick topping to go ahead and pour over the top. I'm also gonna go ahead and do up a little more lemon zest so we can sprinkle that over the top of the cake. And that is it. So my cake's got about 20 more minutes left. I will see you guys in 20. We'll let it cool, we'll decorate, and then we will enjoy. See you later. All right, guys. My cake is ready. I went ahead and took it out of the oven. I double checked, stuck a fork in there. Comes out clean. So I'm gonna let this cool for about 20 minutes, and then I'm going to whip up my topping a little bit to make it fresh again, and then we're gonna pour it on the top, and our cake is ready. See you guys soon. All right, guys, my cake is cooled. I've whipped up my little blueberry coconut cream mixture. It didn't really get as thick as I wanted. I think that has something to do with the fact that there were no chunks in my can like there should have been. So it's more of like a blueberry shake, but you know, that's all right. Accidents can happen. That's the joy of baking. It's always fun. You can still eat your experiment after. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this on. I've got a little bit of extra lemon zest to sprinkle on. We're gonna cut it up and try it. So here we go. Ooh, creamy goodness. Just kind of let that spread around. Beautiful. All right, sprinkle some lemon on there. And voila, we have a delicious vegan blueberry and lemon cake. Let's cut it open, guys. I'm really excited. It's kind of like a big chocolate chip cookie. That's what it looks like, even though it's blueberries. So let's see. Ooh, it feels super moist. Ooh, look at that, guys. Looks amazing. So